Good morning, colleagues. My name is Bota Tusma, and I'm a third-year Applied Linguistics and Second Language Acquisition PhD student at Carnegie Mellon University. Today, I have the privilege of presenting on behalf of my colleagues Bianca and Seth Wiener as I delve into our collaborative project on native speaker ideology and perception of fluency. As a team of 5 graduate students and a faculty member, we conducted a conceptual replication and extension of Wright and colleagues' 2019 study examining linguistic stereotyping on non-native speech in the Montreal context. Their study unveiled the nuanced biases whether positive or negatively native English speakers hold towards non-native speech fluency. Our team composition reflects varied identities who speak different first languages and are also speakers of multiple additional languages. And beyond our linguistic diversity, we also come with a spectrum of research training. Half of us primarily specialize in qualitative methods, while the other half are versed in experimental studies and statistics. This interdisciplinary collaboration heightened our sensitivity to social and racial nuances, informed by our coursework and teaching experiences. We're not only engaging with native speaker ideology in our experimental design, but also as a present and persisting reality in our identities as language instructors. For instance, individuals like myself, born and raised in a post-Soviet region without ethnic ties to Russian heritage, may hesitate to assert ownership of their Russian language and label ourselves as native speakers. Despite fluency, there remains a lingering uncertainty about claiming native speaker status, as Russian is not my mother tongue, but rather a linguistic consequence of my environment. The sentiments are reinforced by the predominant representation of Slavic appearance and ethnically Russian characters in literature and teaching materials, which inadvertently perpetuate a narrow conception of nativeness. Similarly, as someone lacking geographical or racial affiliation with English or Russian, yet involved in teaching these languages, I often find myself seeking validation from traditionally perceived native speakers in my professional decisions and choices. This self-perception is not solely rooted in personal insecurities. It is also influenced by external factors such as research literature we engage with and criteria we set for inclusion and exclusion in our designs. Driven by our own personal narratives, we prioritize inclusivity and diversity, and central to our approach was the inclusion of participants' self-identification and native speakers, expanding our pool across a wide range of varied native English speakers, and introducing listener race as a new variable. When the target language of evaluation is English, a language that has been both globalized and localized at the same time, the potential for the relationship with membership and inclusion can be incredibly fraught for both the L1 and L2 speaker. Therefore, asking an L1 speaker to first self-identify as an L1 speaker and then as an L1 speaker rate other speakers is an ask of the great complexity in its racialized considerations. So we believe that reframing our collaborative research experiences by involving more diverse individuals, example varied in language background, research experience, and training academic stage, fosters greater inclusivity and challenges linguistic injustices. Therefore, we found it critical to bring personal narratives into the research process, challenging traditional paradigms of research detachment from the data. For instance, when our replication findings contradicted those of Wright and colleagues, instead of solely attributing the disparity to the methodological differences, we discussed the contextual factors at play. Notably, whereas the original study invited monolingual speakers, our expanded pool involved participants from diverse linguistic backgrounds, with approximately 1/3 reporting to be multilingual. While similarly trivial, these nuances stood out for us as multilingual speakers coming from non-Anglophone countries. In conclusion, our collaborative endeavor underlines the transformative power of diversity in collaborative research. By embracing inclusivity, diversity, and integrating personal narratives, we advance towards a more just and insightful understanding of language dynamics. Thank you very much.